Hi, I'm Marie from Next Steps for Business, where I help small business owners grow with practical, jargon-free advice. And today's topic is one that I think causes more overwhelm than almost anything else in business. You don't need more business advice. Now that probably sounds strange coming from someone who's about to give you some business advice, but hear me out for a second. We have access to more business information today than ever before. There's podcasts, YouTube videos, books, blogs, social media posts. You could spend every waking hour consuming advice and still feel like you're falling behind. The problem isn't that there isn't enough information. The problem is that nobody tells you which advice actually applies to you and your business. And that's where so many business owners get stuck. Take something as simple as hiring. You'll often hear successful business owners say, hiring my first employee was the best decision I ever made. For them, it probably was. Maybe they were turning a lot of work away because they just didn't have the capacity. And hiring solved their biggest problem. But imagine another business that's struggling to generate enough customers. Would hiring solve their biggest problem? Probably not. But it would most likely increase their costs without increasing their income. Exactly the same advice, but a completely different outcome. Not because the advice is wrong, but because the businesses were at different places. And I see this all the time. Business owners compare themselves to someone else and think, maybe I should be doing that too. But what you're seeing is the solution. You're not seeing the problem that the person was trying to solve. Maybe they invested in marketing because sales had slowed. Maybe they automated because they couldn't keep up with demand. Maybe they introduced new systems because they'd grown a team. The solution only makes sense when you understand the problem first. That's why I believe there's no such thing as one size fits all business advice. Yes, there are principles that help almost every business, understanding your numbers, keeping things simple, building good systems, making small improvements consistently, and planning for sustainable growth. Those principles don't really change, but the order you tackle them in absolutely does. And I think that's where a lot of business owners go wrong. They're trying to solve tomorrow's problems ahead of today's. So the next time you hear a piece of business advice, I want you to ask yourself 3 simple questions. 1, what problem is this advice trying to solve? 2, is that actually the biggest challenge in my business right now? And 3, will this move me closer to my goals? Not someone else's, yours. If the answer is no, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad advice. It just means it isn't the right next step for you and your business. One phrase that really stuck with me while I was putting this week's content together is that the principles are universal, the priorities are individual. And I think that's one of the biggest shifts business owners can make. Stop asking what's the best thing to do and start asking what's the best next step for my business right now. Because that's where meaningful progress happens. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for practical jargon-free business advice to help you build a stronger business one step at a time. And as always, well done for taking some time to work on your business and not just in your business with me today. I'll catch you on the next one.